Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to another edition of Intuitive Angling. Much appreciated you guys making some time to watch the video. Definitely never take that for granted. Today I'm going to give you guys some tips and advice on fall jerkbait fishing. And we are going to be talking about jerkbaits a lot over the next couple months because in my opinion, jerkbait fishing, I start to think about it, say in November, but there are times, and right now you can catch fish on jerkbait. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the fall jerkbait fishing and then how it transitions into the late fall winter time jerkbait fishing. So I think it's going to give you guys a really good foundation to catch some jerkbait fish if you haven't done it before this time of year. So real quick, just a couple of quick housekeeping tips, guys. Please, if you haven't had a chance, go by and check out Fish the Moment. We've got our fall lake map breakdowns there. Been working on a bunch of fall maps, lakes all over the country. We can build you a personal breakdown if we don't have it on our website list. You can book your virtual fishing lessons with us there. You can check out the new Bass Fishing Declassified YouTube channel, which is brought to you by Fish the Moment, that myself and Matt Steffen, Kyle Cordiana, Miles Berghoff, Jimmy Easterling, Johnny Schultz are all involved with. Much appreciated. Okay, guys, fall jerkbait fishing. A lot of people, got this mindset that they don't pick up a jerkbait until the winter time and pre-spawn. That's just when they throw it. They don't throw it much any other time. But I throw it 12 months out of the year, and I start to throw it more once you start to get into October. And specifically what I want to talk about here is fall jerkbait fishing, like the fall time of the year like we have now, where the leaves are starting to turn. Water temperatures are still not real cold. Like here in Missouri, we still have water temperatures in the low 70s right now. So it's not really considered, stereotypical jerkbait fishing. Here's the main thing that happens, which you want to remember when you go about jerkbait fishing in the fall time of the year. The bass are not grouped up and in those suspended wolf packs like they get in during the winter when you can catch them on traditional suspending jerkbaits. That's the biggest difference. One of the things you'll find out about jerkbait fish is as that water drops down to where it starts to get down towards its coldest part of the year, which is usually like in November, December, that type of stuff, depending upon the weather patterns. That's when those fish will set up and they suspend in smaller groups, and you can catch multiple fish like on points and that type of stuff. But in the fall time of the year, you got to approach your jerkbait fishing a little bit different. And when I'm talking about different, I'm talking about this is the time of year I fish targets with jerkbaits. Most of the time of the year, I'm fishing open water with jerkbaits. I'm trying to pull the fish up off the bottom, or I'm trying to catch suspended fish with them in open water. But in the fall time of the year, I'm target fishing with a jerkbait the same way that I would throw a spinnerbait or a crankbait or something like that. The main thing I use is the Megabass Vision 110 in the silent model. Now, the reason I like the silent model is the fact that I think during the fall time of the year, the bass have been beat up all year long. I mean, people have been fishing for them since spring. By the time the fall gets here, they're very conditioned to lures. They're very conditioned to sounds and noises. They're finicky. It's normally some of the toughest fishing you're going to have in October. And I think that you get more bites with a silent model than you do with any rattling version. So the Megabass Vision 110 silent. Also, if you guys are interested, Baitworks has got a huge selection. I'll include the link in the description if you guys want to use that link. It's a good way to help out here. So when I'm talking about target fishing, a lot of it has to do with the type of cover that's in the lake you're fishing. My favorite target fall dock cover, my favorite fall target to fish with jerkbaits is docks. I love fishing boat docks in the fall time of the year with a jerkbait. When you have water levels that are starting to fall in the fall time of the year, usually that they're starting to get lower water levels, those bass will get on those docks and they suspend around those docks, especially if you've got floating docks. If you've got piling docks, like say, lake in Alabama or something that has piling docks, not as much. They still key on the dock pilings, but they use usually more the shady areas just on the corners as ambush points. But if you've got a lake that has like floating marina docks or floating boat docks in general, one of my favorite techniques is just to fish the fronts and the sides with this jerkbait. I'll just cast it out there and I'll try to work it down into that 2 to 4 foot zone to catch those fish that are suspended around those docks. Really good technique to catch them all fall year long. The next thing I do with them is I fish the shallow cover the same type of shallow cover that I would throw like a square bill crankbait or flip a jig in or something like that. Lay downs, stumps, logs, all that type of stuff. One of my favorite techniques is I like to take that jerkbait, and you guys know I use a spinning rod with it, and I'll just make underhanded pitches around the edges of any laydowns or stumps, and I work that jerkbait almost in sight. I keep the rod tip high, and I only want it to get a little bit under the water. So I'm working it as close to those logs, close to that stump, whatever, that I'm fishing like that I can to draw a reaction strike. So the next time when you pull up to like a laydown or something and you normally throw a spinnerbait or a square bill on it, just try picking up a jerkbait and fishing it around the edge of that to cover. It's really productive with that. And my third and last favorite fall structure to fish on is riprap. A jerkbait is money on riprap in the fall time of the year. Dam riprap, bridge ripraps, whatever riprap you have on the lake. Riprap between boat docks can be good too. Same deal there. I'm trying to fish the shallow water. I'm trying to catch these fish in 2 to 4 foot of water on this riprap. I'm working at a fairly fast pace, the same way that I would fish a crankbait. And for the most part, in the fall time of the year, I use all brighter shad patterns. I'll use something that's got some type of like a pearlescent white or some type of a fairly bright shad pattern. I don't use many like the translucent colors, or I don't use many of the bluegill patterns that I use at other times of the year. It's more of just a brighter type of a shad pattern. It seems like I get more bites on it. So anyway, guys, give it a try. Just start mixing up a jerkbait in the same areas that you'd fish your other traditional lures. Concentrate around those targets, fish the docks, fish the riprap, fish the wood with it. You'll definitely catch some jerkbait fish this fall. So we'll keep you guys updated. We got a lot of good jerkbait juice coming up here over the winter. So much appreciated you guys tuning in, and we'll talk later. See you.